Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kenny Lamons here with Medicare Millennials, and AEP is right around the corner. Today is September 5th. So, a lot of you are probably already right in the middle of sending out flyers to your current clients and getting all of your marketing ready to hit the ground running for AEP. I recently did a video about how do you put money in your pocket during AEP as a Medicare agent, just to make sure that you've got the cash flow, that you're cross-selling all of your clients and you've that which leads to retention for your clients. So, a busy man named Brandon, I have been trying. He's busy because he's with Heartland National, and they've got a great suite of products that complement Medicare products so beautifully. So, today's video is going to be an introduction to Heartland National Life Insurance Company, their suite of products that fit perfectly for Medicare agents to cross-sell and provide value to your current customers and get the most value out of every appointment that you run. And then ultimately to make sure that you're making enough money to survive through AEP. Now, before I let Brandon introduce himself and we get started, just a real quick reminder, I am putting timestamps in all of my videos now. So if you are already super familiar with Heartland's hospital indemnity policy, maybe you want to skip ahead and hear the highlights about one of their other products. You can do that. Just look in the description for that. And then also, if you are interested in a personal coaching consultation with myself, make sure you go to MedicareMillennials.com. You can book a consultation there, or if you would like to contract with Heartland National to be able to offer their suite of products to your clients, reach out to me at MedicareMillennials.com. One of the many reasons I really do love selling Heartland, they make it really easy to contract and get set up to sell their products. If you reach out to me to sign up to sell their products, I will personally help train you, and I can assure you Brandon's always available to help you get onboarded and to make sure you know how to sell their products. Even if you're already contracted for Medicare, but you don't have what you think is what you need to cross-sell your Medicare clients, you can just reach out to me to add Heartland National. You don't have to switch FMOs necessarily to do this, if that makes sense. So if you like what you hear today, I love their suite of products. I've got options. I'm not beholden to working with Heartland or Brandon. They've earned my business and my respect over time, and I love the way that their products work, but more importantly, their customer service. They treat me, just a small-time agent, as if I'm just as important as a big FMO. So, without further ado, let me jump in and let Brandon, just tell them who you are, what your role is with Heartland National first.
Yeah, wonderful. Thanks, Kenny. And everybody, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you all taking the time to be here with us. And Kenny, I appreciate you and the partnership that we've built over the last several years.
Mhm.
I'm Brandon. I actually started in the industry about 6 years ago now, working for an FMO, helping agents contract with all the big insurance companies out there, Aetna, United Healthcare, Humana. But ever since I started in the industry, I've always taken a passion and a liking for ancillary health products, specifically hospital indemnity. And that's where I got my start. As a personal producer, I was selling these products, and I just felt like I was leaving my clients a lot better protected when I would work a hospital indemnity sale or a cancer plan into an appointment when helping somebody with a Medicare Advantage policy or a Medigap plan. So with that, I ended up taking a little bit of a different role. As of 2 years ago, I started working a lot closer with Nick Micheletti on the carrier side. I actually went to work specifically for Heartland National Life Insurance Company, where we have had the privilege of launching not only a new home healthcare plan in the last year, but also new products like multi-year guaranteed annuities, cancer, heart attack, and stroke plans, and an ambitious team working towards getting into the fixed indexed annuity space here in the next year as well.
That's big news. That's big news. So he's about to jump into Heartland specifically and their main product line. But I just want to set the stage that number one, if this is a well-received video, Brandon and I plan to do an individual training for each of these product lines as soon as possible. We don't have enough time to fit all four product trainings. So we're just going to hit the highlights on why Heartland and why their products are special. Is that correct, Brandon?
Yep, that'll
All
work.
right. And then secondly, I just want to remind everybody, I was I wish I could go back in time and make sure that every single Medicare beneficiary that I ever sat with was offered some type of ancillary health product that made sense for them. Not only would it have made my life easier, like in short-term cash flow, but I guarantee you the proof is in the pudding. I always offer this one of these products now, and my retention is through the roof by having multiple products. So kind of have a one-stop shop with Heartland, which he's about to get into because they just depending on the situation, you've got more than just hospital indemnity. So yeah, you can go ahead and share your screen when you're ready, Brandon. We'll jump right into it.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started then. And again, thank you, Kenny, for having me on. Everybody, it's a privilege to get to speak with you today. We'll get into a little bit more about Heartland and our backstory as an insurance company. But first, I think I need to set the tone with who started Heartland. Heartland was started by an individual producer, a field agent who was selling door-to-door Medicare supplement and long-term care back in the late 80s and early 90s. This individual who was living out of a duplex ended up expanding his business and growing his business to where not only was he a top producer as an individual, but to where he started contracting agents and building a team of his own. He grew this agency into a small office out of Lakewood, Missouri, just outside of Kansas City. And he ended up taking that small agency into 50 states and recruiting over 60,000 contracted agents who were selling not only Medicare supplement, Medicare Advantage, but also these wonderful ancillary health products, life insurance, and annuities. He ended up taking the next step in the early 2000s, as of 2006, purchasing an insurance company called Dixie National. He rebranded it and renamed the company Heartland National Life, hired an individual by the name of Nick Micheletti, our chief marketing officer, who then expanded their 20-state footprint as an insurance company into 36 states, which is the footprint you'll see before you today, working with our company. Nick is actually the individual who trained me when I first entered the space back in 2018. He ended up training me on hospital indemnity. He had me doing presentations on this product pretty early on, even before I worked specifically for the insurance company. At the same time, I was selling right in the field over the phone, learning the space, keeping myself sharp so that I could help agents grow their business. And I just recently, having sold my first 3 annuities this year, continue to grow as we grow as an insurance company so that I can keep myself sharp and help agents like yourselves stay sharp in the game.
Love it.
Over the last,
Dixie National. I think he was smart to change. I like Heartland National. It has a little better ring to it these days. So
yeah, exactly. A little more masculine, right?
yeah.
So back in about 14 months ago, back in 2023, we actually obtained an AM Best rating for the first time. We obtained a B double plus rating about 14 months ago. And since then, we have expanded our company to offer more products. That was the one thing holding us back from an A rating was product diversity.
Mm.
So we went to work. Nick, our chief marketing officer, went to work building new products. A home healthcare product last August that we launched, a multi-year guaranteed annuity back in November, and a new cancer, heart attack, and stroke policy that we launched about 2 weeks ago. And he's not just out there building these new products. He's out there looking at the competition, right? Seeing what's out there available to agents and building the top product on the market in each of these categories.
So I can tell you, having my experience working with all kinds of different insurance carriers as an agent, there are some pros to working with like a giant company because sometimes they have like really cutting edge tools and brand name. And that's all great. But I love the story of Heartland that it's still in the growth phase because I hate feeling like just another number every time I'm selling a product. Like as in relation to Aetna or Cigna, I'm just another agent. But when I've worked with Heartland, when they roll out a new product, like I get the silver platter on, hey, here's a new product we have. We want to make sure you're trained, that you know exactly why we're offering this product, what it does. Being dead serious, like our life is hard enough as an agent. I like to work with companies that want me to grow with them, and I kind of get personal treatment. So I think it's cool. Thank you for sharing this a little bit of the background of Heartland so people know it's not just another giant company. Y'all are still in growth phase. So, yeah.
Yeah, and we're all U.S. based, and we don't plan on stopping that growth. We plan on continuing to grow, but of course, understanding what we've known from the start, that relationships really are the currency of this business. Whether it's an agent and their customer, an, a carrier and their agency partner or agents, or an FMO and their team of agents working with them. You know, everything is built on that foundation and of that relationship, a solid footing to build off of. So we'll continue to expand not only in the health space, but also with that new fixed indexed annuity in second quarter of next year. And we hope everybody will stay tuned and keep their eyes and ears out, ready for that announcement.
Awesome.
We'll also be building a new hospital indemnity. It's priced out and ready to go. We just didn't have quite enough time to get that out here before October. But we'll be getting that out second quarter of next year as well.
So will it be the predominant product?
That'll be the product that everybody's looking for, with that bigger guaranteed issue window, easier underwriting, a lot of new riders that we're pretty excited about, some of the first that we're bringing to the market. And yes, that'll be the product that you're looking for.
All right. Hey, y'all already have one of the very best hip products, so I'm pumped because if it's just getting even better, then I'm happy to hear that. So,
Okay. And like Kenny said, we pride ourselves in unmatched service and support. We pride ourselves in accessibility. Every agent gets my cell phone number and they'll leave me a message. And if I'm not there to take it because I'm at an event doing some training, or I'm on 4 or 5 Zoom calls that day, we'll be getting you scheduled for your Zoom call the next day or later that week.
Love it.
Again, all based in Kansas City. Our team of developers and software engineers are all right down the hall from me. Our agent support team is right down the hall from me. I'll bug the developers for things, and then of course agency services will come to me with any questions they can't get answered, or for sales training, specific questions pertaining to helping grow agents' business. But Kenny mentioned it earlier, okay? When you work with Heartland, you're getting ease of business, the ease of doing business. When it comes to contracting, we'll send a contracting invitation out that morning, and the agent has the ability to write a policy later that afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it might be the next day. But my point is a very quick contracting turnaround.
I love that. Medicare agents, listen, I understand if you're recently contracted with a Medicare Advantage carrier, sometimes that takes weeks. If you want to potentially add on Heartland National products, I will get you contracted within 24 to 48 hours at the most. Long as you're not a criminal. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. That background check might take it a little longer. But that's something you'll get from Heartland, whether it's contracting or the ease of doing business. When you're going to write your first application, or maybe you have been writing with us for years, when you go to file your first claim, when you need support from our home office here, we're there to help you efficiently, quickly. If you have adjustments you'd like to see in our portal, on our website, adjustments made to any of our e-applications, again, I'll put a sticky note on our developer's wall and he'll get to it hopefully that week. We have great commissions, of course. That's a big part of this relationship with you as agents. We take care of our agents. We have great bonus opportunities, including a bonus on the hospital indemnity that starts on October 1st and runs through the end of December 31st. It's a $50 bonus that we pay on every hospital indemnity application you submit between 10/1 and December 31st. Not only are we paying those commissions, like Kenny said, on issue to help keep the lights on and to keep the bills paid during AEP, but we're also paying those bonuses later in the new year, at mid-January or at the end of January, in addition to all those commissions that are paying out in October, November, and December when you're writing these policies. Even if the policy is effective January 1st to coincide with their Medicare Advantage plan, Heartland is paying you that hospital indemnity, that home health care, that cancer commission on issue of your policies.
Love it.
So we,
Yeah, by
again,
the way, guys, if you sell a hospital indemnity plan during AEP and they already have Medicare, you don't need to wait until January 1st for it to be effective. So for instance, if I meet, Mrs. Smith and she has a Cigna plan, but Humana is going to be better for her, and we make that change for January 1, you want to go ahead and get in that hospital indemnity plan, for example, October 1st. Okay, that way she's covered, rest assured right now for that piece of it. So just a kind of a sidebar little training thing, but
yeah, Kenny, that's a good point. Spoken like a true expert. We had an agent down in Springfield recently set up a policy holder with a 1/1 effective date. He was pushing for today's effective date, right? On issue, to start on issue. But the individual was just so dead set on starting at the first of the year. The individual had a cancer diagnosis before the policy even started, and we weren't able to pay anything. So these policies pay regardless of any other insurance. If they're still on an employer group health plan for a few more months, a couple more months, if they don't have any insurance at all, if they have all the insurance in the world, these policies are still going to pay those cash benefits to them. That's the beauty of indemnity insurance.
Yep. Yep.
So good point. And I think we just hit on three really important pieces there. So make sure to rewind a little bit, write that stuff down, because that's important stuff that's going to help you in your business. So like I said earlier, this company has expanded into a total of 36 states. We do expand, for those of you waiting on us in Michigan, we do expand to grow into Michigan over the next 12 to 18 months. It's a work in progress, but we'll get there.
Okay. No California. Sorry about you. In all seriousness, though, if you're an agent from California, I still have an alternative I can help you out with, even though Heartland's not there right now. But anyway, go ahead.
And again, today we're going to do a quick overview of these products. We're not going to dive as deep as you may want us to on this call, but we will have a follow-up call scheduled to get into each of these products and do a deep dive individually on each one.
Perfect.
So we'll start with home healthcare, and again, hitting on some of the key details. This product's available in 27 states to start, pending in 2 more states, Colorado and Alaska. We ran into some snags in some of the markets like Florida, where unfortunately not a single company has been able to get home healthcare policies approved in. We ran into a snag in Kentucky where they wanted us to make sure that everybody was paying the exact same rate for this type of policy at 65 and older. So a few different regulations that are keeping us out of some of these markets that you might expect a product like this to be in. But to hit on some of the big stuff here, this is a policy that is a wonderful alternative for long-term care. When you sit down with somebody who's turning 65, or maybe has had Medicare for a few years, and you're doing a benefit review with them, do you think they should have planned for long-term care a little bit sooner than that? Maybe back when they were in their younger ages, 40 to 50 age group. Do you think that these policies would have been a little bit more affordable for them back then than they are now? Yes. Long-term care policies get quite expensive as you get older. Do you think these individuals are as healthy as they once were when they were in their 40s and 50s? Definitely not. These individuals who are now 65 or older are going to be paying higher premiums for long-term care policies, and they won't necessarily qualify for policies like that. Thankfully, short-term home health care plans like the one we offer much more affordable rates, even at 65, and very minimal underwriting questions to qualify for a policy like this. We're going to ask maybe 3 or 4 health questions to qualify, and our premiums will be quite affordable. And we'll show you some ways we can help make these types of policies even more affordable with some of the benefits we include in a policy like this. The main thing is you understand there's going to be an option for every client and every budget. A basic plan for a 65-year-old starting at $21 and some change each month, a standard plan at about $43 and change, and a complete plan at $47.57 a month at 65. We're not asking for a whole lot, but we are administering a whole lot of benefits. We'll get into how you can qualify for benefits here in a moment, but first, how do you qualify for the policy, right? Only 3 health questions, maybe 4, if you're applying for our most comprehensive set of benefits. These questions include, are you already needing assistance or supervision with your ADLs? Or do you have the inability to perform or control bowel or bladder function? Are you already needing home health care or receiving it? Confined to a rehab facility, nursing facility, or assisted living facility? And then we're asking about Alzheimer's, dementia, and memory loss in question number 3. If applying for the complete plan, we'll ask a 4th health question in the next 60 days. Do you expect to be admitted to the hospital, nursing home, assisted living facility, or to require the use of home health care services or have surgery? This is about as close to guaranteed issue as we could get on a policy like this. And you'll see this is a great type of product to pivot to when you're having issues qualifying your clients for other types of coverage like hospital indemnity through simplified issue underwriting.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, as long as they're literally like those questions are basically asking, are you ready to move into long-term care today? And if the answer is no, you likely qualify for this, right? Like, so
Right.
that's for those of
Yeah,
you that
one of the
aren't
big
familiar
things.
with these home healthcare type policies, that's really easy to get most people approved on. So,
Mhm. Yeah, one of the big things with these plans are we're going to have to qualify for benefits in one of 2 ways. We'll either qualify due to a cognitive impairment like Alzheimer's or dementia, or we'll qualify for benefits through having a functional impairment that prevents the individual from being able to perform 2 out of 6 ADLs, activities of daily living. If you're unable to perform 2 out of 6 ADLs due to a functional impairment, or if you have Alzheimer's or dementia, you'll qualify for cash benefits paid directly to the insured for receiving the following types of services at home, including skilled care, different types of therapy, right? Like physical therapy or speech therapy following a stroke, chemotherapy following a cancer diagnosis where maybe it's a little bit harder for somebody to get to that facility for treatment due to either that cognitive impairment or that functional impairment. You can get a combination of benefits on a plan like this for 360 days of coverage that can pay up to $600 a day. On our complete plan, you'll receive, for example, a benefit of $300 for skilled nursing care and an additional $300 for having that physical therapist or that speech therapist out later that afternoon. Combination of benefits up to $600 on that complete plan. The great thing about this policy too is even though it's short-term home health care, if your client recovers and no longer requires nursing care services or home health care, their benefits will restore and pay again after a sufficient recovery lasting 180 days. So 6 months later, your client has sufficiently recovered, and 6 months later, they get a whole new set of benefits. That's whether or not they used up all their benefits or just a portion of their benefits. We'll also pay benefits on home health aid. Medicare does an okay job when it comes to home health care, covering 8 hours a day, up to 35 hours a week. But what Medicare doesn't cover at all are custodial care and personal care, like assistance with these ADLs, these activities of daily living like bathing, toileting, getting dressed,
cooking.
even transferring from bed to your wheelchair or living room, preparing meals, light meals, and even getting that food from the plate into your mouth, eating. Making the bed, right? Doing the laundry. These types of things we can see our clients end up needing help with down the road, and they don't always have a loved one in the same living space to help with these types of things.
Hey,
Even if
Brandon,
they do,
I was
they're
just going to give you an idea. If we want to cover all four products, we'll probably have to move a little
got
faster.
to move,
So,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting deep into
Hey, no, these agents want to learn this, but we just can't teach it all in one video. That's all. So,
no, I got it.
Just for y'all that don't know Brandon yet, he's a teacher. Like I don't know, man. He knows every detail ever every one of these products. So when you contract, you will not go without the information you need to sell it. So he knows it's with much love that I rush us along because he will
I
teach
like to be thorough, but again, we had agreed on a certain timeline, so
you.
we're going to fly through the rest of this just
Okay.
so we can get to a little bit of everything and come back to these products in a deeper dive down the road. The big things we want to hit on here are these policies are quite affordable premium wise. We're going to offer prescription drug reimbursements day one, regardless of the client's cost on those medications. If they're taking a preferred generic or a tier 2 generic that they're filling for at no cost, we're sending them a $15 reimbursement per prescription drug fill on generics and $30 every time they fill a brand name. This is going to help keep this policy affordable as it takes age attained increases in the 5-year age bands. That will educate you on some more on at a later date.
So that reimbursement right there alone, though, guys, can pay a big portion of their premium, get reimbursed each year. So if you just coach your clients, hey, Miss Betty, you take 6 medications. If you continue to take those 6 medications and you submit for reimbursement every year, it's going to make this policy even more affordable. So that's kind of the
Yeah.
sales pitch. I love that. Love that.
Yeah,
So
if you think about that, $720 a year is the annual maximum on the standard and complete plans. You take that divided by 12, that's the equivalent of $60 a month.
yeah.
And the nice thing about these policies with such easy underwriting and such affordable premiums and reimbursements on their prescriptions, they can afford to add on additional riders. And they'll do so by answering the same 3 or 4 health questions. So you can add a hospital indemnity plan into the mix and not have to answer any additional health questions. You can add an enhanced ambulance benefit rider up to $500 per trip in the ambulance 4 times a year without having to answer additional health questions, and an additional 60 days of home health aid coverage for $1.82 a month at 65. You'll be able to add benefits like a severe accidental death rider for $3 a month at 65 for our $5,000 option, and $6 a month for a 65 man or woman for the $10,000 option. This is a new product. Again, it's very tough for me to just fly through some of this stuff, but I'm going to hit on the key facts here. This is a product we just launched 2 weeks ago in 10 states. We are expanding pretty quickly. We just had another 10 or 12 states get approved over the last 2 weeks. We'll be getting this product into more like 25 to 30 states before October, just in time for AEP. So stay tuned, reach out to us on that timeline for your state, or reach out to Kenny, and we'll get you all an update on how soon we expect to be in that market for you.
Yeah, and I just want to mention before you go through the details of the cancer, heart attack, and stroke plan, what's great about this type of policy is it can be sold to any of your clients, of course, but this is typically going to be sold the easiest and the most frequently with a Medicare supplement, just simply because they might not see the value in the hospital indemnity copay, or maybe they don't see the value in the short-term health in the home health care plan, but they will often see the value in a cancer, heart attack, and stroke. So that's what I meant by I like that Heartland has a product that fits with these different scenarios, because some people just won't find the value in a certain type of policy, but they will this. And you go to the same website to quote these plans. So anyway, go on and
Yeah, there's a population of my clients, Kenny, who didn't take out cancer insurance, and I couldn't believe that. But they may have more of a history of heart attack and stroke in their family. That
yeah.
may be more of a concern for them. And so those are the folks I'll be going back to this October to visit with on adding additional coverage for things like heart attack and stroke. But we'll do a deeper dive on a product like this down the road. The key features you want to remember here on this plan is, number one, this is an issue age rated product. So when you do buy this plan at 65, you'll pay the 65-year-old rate for the lifetime of the policy. If you have two people apply, like a husband and wife, for example, we are going to charge the rates based on the primary applicant's age. Okay? Even if they're younger, a 65-year-old female applies as the primary and a 68-year-old male as applicant number 2, they'll both be paying the 65-year-old rate for that policy. We will not charge tobacco rates on a plan like this, on any of our products for that matter. And you have the ability to add dependents on a product like this. This plan is issue ages 18 to 90, and you can add children to this policy. Unlike any of our other plans, here you can add children, and at the age of 26, they'll be kicked off, but they'll get guaranteed insurability onto their own plan. So this will be one of the first policies of its kind with the ability to add with a built-in recurrence benefit. So this is the first standalone cancer and heart attack and stroke policy to offer a built-in recurrence and restoration benefit that gradually restores over the course of 5 years and can pay again at an additional 100% benefit after 5 years cancer-free, or a partial benefit as it gradually restores over those 5 years. You'll see on this page there's plenty of benefits, not just for an internal cancer diagnosis, not just for a heart attack or stroke, but benefits that pay on preventative and smaller types of incidents as well. We have plenty of great riders. We'll expand on those some more in depth later. This being my favorite rider on the policy, a benefit builder that increases your face amount for every year you go cancer-free. Available at $500, $1,000, or $1,500 for every year cancer-free, up to 35 years. We'll have the ability to add critical illness benefits on here to pay for things like Alzheimer's, dementia, end-stage renal failure, loss of hearing, MS and ALS, and beyond. We'll have additional benefits for radiation and chemotherapy, helping to pay for things like experimental treatment not covered by Medicare. And this will be one of the only products I've seen on the market with a return of premium rider available on a cancer or heart attack and stroke policy. The ability to get a return of premiums if you don't use this policy over the next 20 years or at death to leave to a beneficiary. That's huge, everybody. Yeah. Those individuals who don't like paying on top of that low to no monthly Medicare Advantage premium, or in addition to that Medicare supplement premium, having the ability to tell them, well, hey, if you don't use the insurance, it doesn't pay out for you. After 20 years, we'll get you your money back. We'll have list bill options on that product, on the cancer, heart attack, and stroke plan in case you work with groups. And again, the ability to go down under the age of 18 when necessary. This hospital indemnity plan, again, my bread and butter, where I started in the industry, a product that I hold dearly and close to my heart, a product that's available in all 36 states that we're licensed in as an insurance company, with the household discount available in every state except for West Virginia. A 7% household discount, in fact, where all you have to do to qualify for is live with somebody over the age of 18 in most states. But before I expand on some of the other key features and benefits about this plan, I want to hit on why it's important we're working a product like this into our business. Number one, to better protect our clients. I truly feel you're doing a disservice to your clients if you're not giving them the option to fill in their gaps on their Medicare Advantage plan. While doing so, while better protecting your clients, you'll add to your bottom line. By selling 2 of these policies a week, you'll make another $30,000 to $40,000 a year. And while doing that, you'll separate yourself from other agents. You'll get more referrals because you're better protecting your client and they want their family and friends to get the same type of coverage you've helped them with. You'll help build persistency, create a much stickier book of business by layering more policies in the homes, and you'll be able to take advantage and get a better return on investment of your leads. So when you are investing this AEP in marketing dollars and you are sitting down with customers, you shouldn't have to leave empty-handed anymore. They have the best Medicare Advantage plan on the market. We should be able to help position a copay protector, a reimbursement plan, a plan that is going to help get them cash benefits in the event of an accident or illness that puts them in the hospital, or in the event of a cancer diagnosis. a product designed with flexibility, customization, really great benefits like our ER benefit that's built in and pays 4 times a year, and our 60-day restoration of benefits to where 61 days later, if your client goes back in the hospital, they get a whole new set of benefits, like a whole nother 5-day benefit at $300 a day. We'll have a guaranteed issue window that caters to the turning 65 demographic between ages 64 and a half and 65 and a half. With a 6-month pre-X, of course, meaning your clients will not be paid any benefits relating to pre-existing conditions for the first 6 months of the policy. When you're looking at other companies out there, you'll see most companies have a 2-year contestability period on cases that are underwritten or go through simplified issue underwriting. They're going to pull medical records at the time of claim in the first 2 years. On this policy, Heartland can test claims for the first 12 months. After a year, that claim's getting paid. After
That gives me a lot of peace of mind because all of us as insurance agents, we do our best with underwriting, but we're all, if you've ever sold life insurance or other underwritten products, you're always like, you hate when a claim, of course, we hate it because something is wrong with our client, but also we're worried like, man, I hope it's not contested. And so I love that I just have that little bit shorter of a window where things will be contested, just that 12-month window. So that's actually a big deal to me as you grow your business and you've dealt with claims, like you actually start making claims for people that you've sold in the past. That's a breath of fresh air. So yeah.
Thanks, Kenny. Yeah, I love paying claims. That's my favorite part of this business is helping agents get their clients paid. And if you ever have an issue come up with a claim, chances are it's because the wrong type of bill was submitted, an EOB from the Medicare Advantage company instead of an itemized bill from the hospital. Or maybe that claim was submitted in the first year and we're waiting on medical records from the provider. But Heartland makes it easy to stay up to date on those types of things with our claim history tracker in the portal. You can follow up on claims and see if that claim has been paid or what's pending. I mentioned earlier we'll have that 5-year recurrence benefit built into our both our standalone cancer plan. It's also on our cancer rider that you can add on the hospital indemnity. And last but not least, entering the annuity space, we have a wonderful multi-year guaranteed annuity offering some pretty incredible rates. Get these customers taken care of while you can, because we do expect another rate decrease here coming up next Friday. But as of today, check out these rates. As of September 5th, 2024, these are some strong rates. These are rates that pay compounding interest rates. These are plans that you can lock in for a fixed period of time that pay full accumulation value at death and offer free interest-only withdrawals after 30 days. The ability to take that interest out and help fund that Medicare supplement premium, to help fund those ancillary products that they're paying for each month, or maybe to help pay for something like a nursing home or assisted living facility, cost of care.
You know what I love about the MYGA products is how simple they are. And even if, like, just a tip out there for those of you who are intimidated by the idea of selling an annuity, I get that, because whenever you start working with qualified money, it can get a little bit, you have to have more technical knowledge. If all you do is offer a MYGA, like from Heartland, just to people whose money is sitting in a savings account doing nothing as an alternative to a CD, that alone will give you an opportunity to make a few sales every year, because it's just such a simple fixed interest rate product. You can go to bed at night and you and your client both know what you're going to get out of this product. No guessing. So anyway, just to
Easy to
give you,
understand for both
agents
the
shy
agent
away
and the
from
client.
this, but you get paid great commission to give your clients great peace of mind. It's amazing. So
Yeah, and thankfully the product's in 33 states, so we've got quite a wide footprint on here. We'll be expanding into North Carolina, Virginia, and Louisiana later, but we did have to show proof of production for a year before we could get into some of those markets. We will hit the 1-year mark as of November, and we're hitting some record-setting weeks here as of late. So quite a lot of product, quite a lot of information. We'll do some deeper dives on these products down the road, but hopefully that gives you a sneak peek at what Heartland has available to you. Again, we're here to build relationships and to help you grow your business.
Man, that was great. That's perfect. I can't wait to do some deeper dive videos into those products. But today, I just wanted to introduce each of these products, introduce you, Brandon, and the Heartland brand and the Heartland National product line, which I think we've accomplished. You guys can reach out to me directly through my website if you're interested in adding Heartland to your portfolio. Right now is the time to do it. You don't have to switch up your other contracts. You can just add this product line regardless of where your other contracts are. If you do reach out to Heartland directly, I'm sure you can let them know that you saw our video, and that way I can get you guys your contracting link. And let's see what else, Brandon. We got AEP right around the corner. This was a great introduction to y'all's products. Anything you want to add before we go?
Yeah, I would just say if you're somebody who's worried about having to add additional contracting late in the year, right before AEP, like Kenny said, that's not a concern with us. We will have that contract approved same day, if not the next day.
And can they expect, like, let's say that they can't, an agent contracts, I help them set their contract up, they can't get a hold of me and they have like a product question, how to position a product. How easy is it for someone like that to reach out to Heartland to get the assistance they need?
That main agency services line should be equipped to answer those questions, and anything they can't answer, they'll come down the hall to myself. They'll give you my cell phone number, and you can call me. If I'm tied up, leave a message, and we'll get right back to you.
All right.
But we've got many, many individuals in the office to help with those types of things.
Love it. Hey, man, Brandon, I really appreciate you being on, and we will put out some more content soon. I'm really excited for what you guys are doing. I thank you for being on with me today.
Thanks, Kenny.
All
Thanks,
right.
everyone.
Yeah.